Hi everyone, my name's Nina and today I'm going to show you a couple different ways to make like tie-dye marbled Easter eggs. I have 3 different ways I'm going to show you today. So the very first way I'm going to show you is by using paper towels and food coloring. What you're going to need for this first technique is, of course, your eggs, a spray bottle with some water, paper towels, and food coloring. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your egg. You are going to wrap it entirely in the paper towel, and you're gonna twist it entirely in the paper towel, twist off the top, and tie that in place so it doesn't come undone. The next step is you're gonna take your food coloring and drop little dots of food coloring all over the paper towel. I have a little plastic pan here so I don't get messy. But at home you can have something underneath it so you don't make a mess at home. I'm also going to wear some gloves so I don't tie-dye my hands and stuff. Got my egg, got my food coloring. I'm just going to splot dots all over. Okay, I did a good amount of blue. Let's try green. And I'll try a little yellow as well. So you can see I left some spaces because once we spray it with the water, it's going to spread. Okay, so our next step is to use our spray bottle and spray the dots so that they do spread. So once you spray it, it's going to look a little like tie-dye. Any white spaces that you see, if it's not covered in color, your egg underneath is going to turn out white in that area. So we might have some white right along here, but that's okay. So after you spray it, you're going to squeeze your egg just a little bit to make sure the color is going through the paper towel and onto your egg. So after you squeeze any excess water and make sure your color gets onto your egg, you're just going to sit it in your little pan or bowl or whatever you have and just sit it there and let it dry. And this might take a while, so we're going to show you the other techniques while these dry, and at the end I will show you how these all turned out. So we're going to just lay this in our little baking pan here and let it dry. Our next technique is actually using shaving cream and food coloring yet again. So I have a new pan here, and you are first going to spray the pan with some shaving cream. Now remember, it has to be shaving cream. If it's shaving gel, it won't work. Okay, so we're going to have some shaving cream. I didn't fill up my whole pan because I'm only doing 1 egg to show you guys. And then you're going to want to smooth it out as best as you can. So you can use a piece of cardboard to smooth this out, however you want to do it. After you smooth it out, you're going to drop some food coloring dots inside the shaving cream. So whatever colors you want, whatever you think is best. I'm going to do blue and green because I think that combination is pretty cool. Okay. So here you can see I dotted my shaving cream with some food coloring. Then you're going to want to take a toothpick and just go back and forth so that it's a little marbled. So you're spreading it out, and then you're going to go up and down so that you're spraying that food coloring out just a little bit. Back and forth, up and down, and then you'll have kind of this marbled look there. Our last step for this is you're going to take your egg and you need to put it in vinegar first. So I have some white distilled vinegar sitting here. I'm just going to soak up the egg in some vinegar. All right, so I soaked this in vinegar, and now you're just going to gently roll your egg in the shaving cream. I forgot to put gloves on, and I just cracked my egg, so, oh, I really cracked my egg. All right, so you roll it in the shaving cream, and then we're just going to separate it. I'm going to put it on the other half of the pan and let it sit there for a little bit so that it kind of soaks it up, and then we'll clean it off. The last one I have to show you is using tissue papers and vinegar to make your tie-dye egg. So you're going to take your egg, you're going to get some tissue paper, crumple it up real good, uncrumple it, and you're going to place your egg in the middle and just wrap the tissue paper around the egg. They also say to use a coffee filter, so after you have it wrapped around the tissue paper, wrap it around a coffee filter, just like so. And we're going to secure it with some rubber bands. So I have the egg in there, wrapped in tissue paper, wrapped in the coffee filter, and wrapped in rubber bands. What we're going to do next is submerge it in some vinegar. I have a cup of white distilled vinegar here. We're just going to dip it in and submerge it for a second. I filled this cup pretty high, so I'm trying not to spill it, but as you can see, you just dip the egg in the vinegar like so. Just leave it for a second or so. Once we take it out, we're going to sit it in one of our drying pans and let that dry overnight. So, just going to empty this out and put it in our drying pan. So I actually have one extra egg, so since I cracked the shaving cream one, I'm going to try it again with this one. So I already have the shaving cream with the food coloring ready, and we have this extra egg that I soaked in vinegar, and we're going to just gently roll it. And this time I'm going to put on my gloves so I don't stain my hands more than I already have. Oops. Take my egg and just roll it gently into the shaving cream all around. Just make sure it gets in there pretty good. Okay, I'm going to put it on the side of the pan. We'll let those dry, and we will come back later and see how all three, actually 4 of these eggs turned out. All right, guys, so it is time. We are going to see the results of our eggs. So this is what the shaving cream one looks like. We're going to wipe it all off and see how it turned out. Ooh, that's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of a dinosaur egg. So here is what it looks like. Kind of has like that acid look to it. Whoop. And we have a second one that was also in the shaving cream. This one cracked. This is what it looks like. Let's unwrap our tissue paper one. See what that looks like. Now this is supposed to sit overnight and completely dry. This is not completely dry, but I couldn't leave these sit up overnight today. So let's see what this looks like. Take off all of the rubber bands. Oh, that's pretty wicked. All right, so this is what our one in tissue paper looks like. Now, if this was completely dry, it wouldn't be smeared. I touched here and it wiped off. So you want to let these completely dry overnight. These are still pretty wet. So if you were to wipe this off now, it's not going to look as cool, but you can see that the color from the tissue paper transferred onto the egg. And time for our last one. This is our one that we soaked with the water gun inside of a paper towel. So let's undo the top. This one is also supposed to dry, and it is not dry right now. So you might have better results at home than what I had here today. Oh, these came out great. They look really cool, even though they're not quite dry and ready yet. Then on the back, you can see we have some pink and blue and yellow. For the most part, it looks like the green really came out. Maybe I just put too much green on there. But this is what the one in the paper towel came out to look like. Pretty neat, I think. So we have the paper towel, the tissue paper, and the shaving cream. Which one is your favorite?